Already you have your plate of food ready and you are staring at the YouTube homepage, wondering what should you watch while you eat your meal. So that's one of the biggest problems I faced, and it's not exactly a problem, but it's still like uncomfortable because your food is ready, it's hot, it's like steam is coming out of it, and by the time you end up finding the video, the food is already cold, and it's not even fun to like either watch the video or eat the food or anything like that, and it's just annoying, right? So the number one thing that I did that got me over this hurdle is that I started watching podcasts. And in my opinion, podcasts have everything that you'd want to consume while you're eating. So there are podcasts about football if you're into that. So there are podcasts about anime, there are podcasts about money, fitness, MMA, all of those things. And it's just a form of media. So there's no like, oh, it is only education, oh, it is only comedy, it is only entertainment, anything like that. It has everything you'll ever want. So especially while eating, like it sounds so dramatic that it has everything you'll ever want, but whatever. So the thing is, how I choose podcasts is that I have either one, like I watch two channels, Chris Williamson or Joe Rogan. Like these guys have the best podcasts in the world. But the thing is, when you have chosen a podcast and it is like 2 or 3 hours long, and usually average meal is about 15 to 20 minutes long. So basically when I have clicked on a podcast that I'm interested in, I am basically set for the next like 10 to 11 days, and I don't have to think about what to watch next, because as soon as you open YouTube and you scroll a little bit, there's a like continue watching section. And every time, like, it's that I don't watch podcasts other than that time when I'm eating. And just because of that, I've been able to watch like 5 to 10 podcasts which are like 3 hours long, which I would have otherwise never watched, because it's really, you can say it's really an uncomfortable thing to pick out a block of your day for 3 hours just to watch a podcast which you don't even exactly like want to watch, but it's like it would be a nice to have, right? So for in general advice I would give you is that pick a video that is at least 2 or 3 hours long, and then watch it. Like, don't pick videos 10 to 15 minutes. Of course, it's also personal preference, and if you like follow people which you can find videos of 10 to 15 minutes that you always want to watch while eating, that's up to you. Because I remember back in the day I used to watch a YouTuber who'd upload like almost every single day, and the videos would be of 15 to 20 minutes exact, and I liked listening to him, so I would always just click on his video and eat. So that could also work for you, but I don't think that's the case for most people. And for most people, I think the best thing you can watch or consume while eating is podcast. And it doesn't have to be educational. You don't have to always listen to how to make the next best thing, how to become disciplined, things like that while eating. It can be also entertainment. So that's the best thing I like about podcasts. And another thing is that you can even like, if you're into that kind of thing that you want to schedule everything and things like that, then you can just pick out a day where you list like 10 podcasts in your watch later section, and then just pick one every time you end up watching like every time you finish one podcast, you don't even have to think about what podcast to watch now, because you can just click on the next one. So that could also work for you. But it is also kind of a sad reality that in this day and age, like, we have become so addicted to stimulus, and our attention spans are so fried that we can't even eat a meal for 10 to 15 minutes without having some kind of stimulus. Because, and I think that's the ideal case scenario, that you should not listen to or consume anything other than the time that you actually want to. What I mean by that is, like, these days it's almost like common knowledge, or like you can say a very common practice, that you have to be listening to music most of the time. Like, for example, while you're meditating, while you're stretching, you're listening to podcasts, while you run, you listen to music, while you work out. Like, all of these things, people cannot do them or don't like doing them without any kind of stimulus like music or anything like that. So I personally don't listen to anything while learning, or don't even put on music. Like, very rarely, if I have a, for example, if you do blanks or something like that, which is a like timely task, for that you kind of have to tap into that, all like fuck everything David Goggins mindset, and for that audio does help. But I think other than that, it really strips away the mindfulness from your life, like just listening to or consuming everything all the time. So I think eating meals is another one of those things that you want to be doing without any kind of stimulus, and really be mindful of everything you're eating, so that you actually enjoy your meal. Because if you're watching something and you're eating a really tasty food of your choice, you won't really enjoy that meal as much as you would otherwise if you're only focusing on that meal. So That's another thing. But until that time, I think like it's still better than those dickheads. Like I'm sorry if that's you, but who put a pillow next to them while they're eating and just scroll on YouTube while they're eating the food. Like that's, I think, the one of the most, you can say, unenjoyable thing you can do, because you're not getting the taste of the food. You're not even focusing on one singular thing when you're watching on your phone, and it's just like in retrospect you wouldn't even remember a single thing you watched, or you wouldn't even remember the taste of what you ate. So that's the worst thing you can do. So like kind of stepping down from that is like watch a podcast or something that is less appealing but still does not waste your time. But I think the ideal case scenario is just eat without any stimulus at all. Like take your food, go to your rooftop if you have nice weather, or just like watch, sit in front of a window like I am, and just eat your food like that, and you'll really enjoy it. And I think it will also be more healthy for you in a way. Like I know there's no scientific thing for that, like if you're eating every single bite and you know that you're eating every single bite, or you're just doing it in like retrospect, not even retrospect, and subconscious. But I do think that it will be beneficial for your mental health to just consume less things that you'd not even remember. It's just extra information, so why would you need that? So but still, if you don't know what to watch, podcast is the option, and you can, like, that's the best thing for me, at least, after which I did not have to think about what to watch any, not even a single time, after I discovered watching podcasts. So that's it for today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.